You should play Half-Life 2 right now. Thanks for watching. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, for reals, I'm going to tell you why you should play Half-Life 2 in 2024. We'll go over its impact on gaming as a whole, why it's considered one of the best games of all time, and stick around to the end as I'll share some of my thoughts, my opinions, and personal experiences revolving around this amazing game.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.
I'm all but certain it was according to Freeman.
So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
Half-Life 2 released on November 16th, 2004, and it shook up the entire gaming scene. Developed and published by Valve, the game is a first-person shooter with puzzles, vehicles, and physics-based gameplay, all tied up with an amazing story that unfolds using narrative sequences that never takes the player out of character. Half-Life 2 won 39 Game of the Year awards and has been referred to as the best game ever made, or at least one of them. There were other games that came out during this time that were doing some amazing things as well. Top ones that come to mind are Doom 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Halo 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, World of Warcraft, and EverQuest 2. And while some of these well-known franchises for their time sold well, none of them were able to beat Half-Life 2 in Metacritic ratings. Gabe Newell wanted his team at Valve to redefine the FPS genre, and that is exactly what they did. Half-Life 2 did something truly special for its time. As usual, Valve always looks for ways to take advantage of technological advancements and implement it into their games in a significant way. Let's go over some of those features. The game design, speaking specifically about the player experience, from the beginning slowly ramps up and introduces the player to the story and its characters, and why Gordon Freeman, the main protagonist played by you, is so important. One of the biggest things you notice as a player is that the first-person camera is never broken or taken away from you for narrative moments. You are always in control, and Valve took a huge risk in letting the player have agency during cinematic moments. There are some clever, subtle design choices made to get the player to pay attention, but most importantly, it is through its gripping narrative that the player chooses to participate in these moments. Early on, you, the player, are provided a tool set of knowledge during this ramp-up process that gives you opportunities to flex and play within this rule set. One of its most important features is how you interact with the world, specifically its physics. Physics in games had already existed back in 2004, but no other game had tied it so much of it to its gameplay. It wasn't just about seeing your actions as a player affect world objects and seeing them bounce around within an environment. Everything had a believable mass that ranged from paint buckets to cars. A majority of the puzzles in Half-Life 2 required the use of physics objects, either to solve a problem or navigate a space. The player is trained to view the world through a different lens early on, from picking up random debris and placing it wherever you want, utilizing physics properties to solve puzzles, and probably its biggest feature is utilizing the gravity gun, a weapon that is more so a tool though it can be used as a weapon, that allows you to play with physics objects on a whole other level. This level of interactivity had never been done before in a video game, and Valve really set the bar on how physics can lead to fun gameplay challenges. Another amazing game feature was its characters. Characters were as detailed as ever, with more polygons, showing off amazing facial animations, paired with lifelike body motions and AI. It was too common for game characters at the time to look like stiff actors with a dead-faced blank stare and a mouth that just opened and closed as they spoke. In Half-Life 2, the character's body appears more natural in conversation, swaying and shifting body weight, head leading and eyes appearing soft and natural. The character faces expressed a wide range of emotions, which made players connect with them. We also can't forget to talk about its graphics, and this was the debut of the Source engine. Source was the next evolution of the Gold Source engine used for the original Half-Life. At the time, having real-time shadows was fairly new to video games, and Half-Life 2 definitely featured it. While it was expensive for hardware at the time, dynamic lighting and shadows used sparingly allowed for a greater level of immersion. Shaders and materials were also a new technology at the time, allowing artists to define the properties of surfaces in the world. Metallic shine on metal objects, Fresnel and refraction enhanced the visuals for water and glass. We also had bump mapping that allowed micropixel shadow information on surfaces. Gaming had never looked so good in a real-time rendering game engine. So here's an interesting fact. The Source engine was originally based on a heavily modified version of the Quake engine by id Software's John Carmack. Another amazing game that I should maybe make a video on. Should I make a Quake video? Let me know in the comments down below. On the note of new technologies, we also can't forget that this was the first game to require the use of Steam. At the time, nobody wanted to use Steam to run any of your games, me included. I hated it. It was the first time I felt like I didn't really own my games. This was coming at a time when like the giant PC boxes that, you know, us PC gamers used to get, they were being phased out for smaller ones, and it made me really upset. But all good things have humble beginnings, and now I love Steam, as well as the majority of PC gamers. So I remember loading this up on my old pre-built / Frankenstein beige PC. I had made some upgrades to it, got a new graphics card. It's one of the GeForce 3s, I can't remember. That was like the card to have, which I picked up obviously to play Doom 3 and Half-Life 2. So there I was in my dark bedroom, watching the Half-Life 2 intro video play on my glowing CRT monitor. I had enjoyed playing the original Half-Life and was highly anticipating Half-Life 2. I'll be honest, at this time I was a much bigger fan of Doom and Quake. Doom 3 had just come out a few months ago, back in August, and I was just blasting that game non-stop. But that was about to change that night. Flash forward to 2024, and 2004 me would have never thought I'd still be playing these old games into the future. With its 20th anniversary update, I've been enjoying replaying Half-Life 2 again. While its technology is somewhat dated and probably considered retro by the young kids of today, it still holds up quite well. The gameplay is top-notch. Movement and shooting feel tight and responsive. Puzzles are engaging. The world is intriguing. The audio is super immersive. And the story, all of this is super sticky. It hooks you and keeps you playing. I'm also enjoying playing with the developer commentary turned on. I've been in the gaming industry for roughly 10 years as an environment artist, and it is incredibly insightful to hear the process of development and problem solving that the team went through in creating Half-Life 2. If you have any sort of curiosity about game development, I highly recommend doing a second playthrough with the commentary turned on. But I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to wait on a second playthrough because a free RTX version of the game will be released in the near future. Another opportunity to play through this amazing game if you happen to have a graphics card with ray tracing features to run it. Valve even released a 2-hour documentary here on YouTube in celebration of its 20th anniversary. They even shared some info about the never released episode 3, which is quite the treat for longtime fans. I'll share a link of it down in the description for those of you interested in watching it. If you haven't played Half-Life 2, you really need to play it. At the time of this video's release, unfortunately you may have missed out on the time window to pick it up for free via Steam. It was a promotion they had for its 20th anniversary. Regardless, the game is definitely worth your purchase. Maybe even add it to your Steam wishlist so you can be notified when it goes on sale and pick it up at a reduced cost. So let me know what your thoughts are on Half-Life 2. Have you played it? What is your favorite experience in the game? And if you haven't played it, why? Please let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, maybe you'll want to check out this video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time.